Hi, thanks for watching Egg Nova On. This is a sound video. Thank you. This part's silent. Please be patient. The sound is coming.
Thursday, 11:34 a.m. Message kept. Thursday, 11:20. Message kept. Thursday, October. Message kept. Press P to play. Tuesday, October 20th, 3:12 p.m.
Hi, this is a message for Claire Bain. This is Nova Avon, and I'm calling because I really enjoyed the video work you've done so far for Susie Baker for her marketing video. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in helping me with a sort of personal project. It would be a video testimonial about a very profound healing experience that I had with Susie Baker. And I just wondered if you were available. I'd love to make this video myself, but I just really don't have the technical skills. Marketing is the place where my skills lie. So we could talk about compensation, and maybe I could do some marketing for you as part of your compensation, but that would only be if you're interested. So please give me a call. My number is 415-789-7299. All right, thank you. Hello. Hi, is this Nova Avon? This is Claire Bain calling. Oh, yes, hi. Hi, Claire. Thank you for calling back so promptly. I imagine you're calling about my request about making a video, right? Yeah, so what's up? Tell me a little bit about this video project, and I'll let you know if it's something that I'm able to do. It's a bit awkward, but I do think it's a very important story and to tell. And I've been having a problem, and I wasn't even aware that I was having this problem until I started working with Susie Baker. Yeah, we've been working together a lot. And last week, I even stayed up at her house up in Marin County. And Susie pointed out to me that I tend to consume a lot of alcohol. It actually hurt my feelings. Sure. I really felt quite awkward when she said it to me. And finally we got through it, and we just sat together. And I just realized that she's right, and I looked back on the last few months. It's been a difficult time for me. Yeah, I did read a bit of your blog. And it did seem like it's been a struggle for you. And I do have to say that I noticed in your Twitters and Facebook and blogs, you were making a lot of mention of alcohol, things like sake and plum wine and beer and this. I know. Well, I realized that too. Yeah. And I just thought it was normal. My social crowd that I'm used to, I guess, drinks a lot. Yeah, I just continue that. I guess it's just sort of that high-powered lifestyle. When you're working in the corporate world, people drink a lot, and it's not really that healthy. And when I'm around people like Susie Baker, who's very thoughtful about food and cooking, obviously, because, you know, she has her Institute of Spiritual Cooking, well, I can understand that she has a different perspective. Tell me more about the story. What happened, Nova? How did Susie end up helping you? You said she did a treatment of some sort?
Well, yes, she did. And I don't really understand all the specifics of the treatment, but it involved a tray of food, and I know that she mentioned that the colors were important. The tray was red, and there were miniature fruits like lemons, melons. There were fried eggs on the tray, and in fact, I almost wanted to laugh about it, even though I was feeling quite depressed. It was sort of funny, but what she did was wave foods around me.
Oh, really?
There were these other objects. There were these fangs, like what children use.
Fangs? What do you mean by fangs? You mean like teeth?
Yeah. Yeah, things like children use maybe for Halloween or something.
Oh, you mean like vampire fangs?
Yes. Yes.
Huh, that's pretty interesting.
Yes, it was interesting. I have to say, it was pretty startling. But I've just been around Susie Baker enough to know that I do trust her.
Right.
Her approach is unusual, and I think that she really has helped a lot of people, and I know for a fact that she's helped me.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's what it was. She was waving those fried eggs and those fangs and those little fruits around me.
That's very interesting.
And I really didn't feel anything during the treatment, but I have to say that over the next 2 or 3 days, as each day went on, each day I felt better, and I really did feel a less of an interest in drinking
Did you have
alcohol. And I did notice
Did you have
that part of it's just a lifestyle habit.
But did you have any cravings for alcohol after that?
Well, I did a little, and I have to admit, and that's what's very concerning for me, I have to say.
Sure.
But I did a little, I have to admit.
Sure.
That's really sort of concerning for me, but I'll just work with it, you know. I don't really think I'm an alcoholic, but I think I have been headed in that direction.
Oh, really?
And I think part of it was just having a lifestyle, and you know how you just get the habit of drinking a soda with pizza.
Yeah, no.
People like Coke or beer with pizza or Mexican food. Yeah, well, where I come from, people don't really eat Mexican food. But you know how people get used to things, you know.
Sure.
So I just got used to drinking.
Right.
Starting with lunch, having a beer, or lately it was plum wine. I do recall back to a couple months ago when I was really at my lowest point, and I really didn't have any work, and it was before I met up with Susie Baker, thankfully, and started doing this work.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I was drinking quite a bit, and it was beyond just habit. It was to numb myself from my loneliness and anxiety about not working.
Oh, really?
Nova, I just find that to be such a compelling story. And also, it is concerning to me because my brother Brett actually died 4 years ago from an overdose. Well, he mixed drugs and alcohol, and he overdosed, and he died, and he was only 30 years old. And
oh, Nova,
I have just never gotten over it.
Oh, Nova, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you. And yet, I never connected my behavior and my drinking with what happened with him. So,
well, I have started following your blog.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Thank you. That's really so nice, Claire.
Yes.
Sometimes I wonder about those social media websites. I wonder if anybody's out there reading what I write. It's sort of like an electronic message
I know,
in a bottle.
that's exactly what it's like, Nova. It's like an electronic message in a bottle out there
That's
on the
exactly
cyber
what
sea.
it's like.
Yes.
But you were saying you read my blog about my brother Brett?
Well, I like your entry about the Day of the Dead, and it was really touching.
Oh.
I just lost my sister. It's just been a little bit over a year ago.
I'm so sorry. That's still so new for you, isn't it? I mean, it will always be a big loss for you, Claire, but even for me, it's been 4 years since I lost my brother, and it still hurts so much. I'm just so sorry to hear that.
Nova.
It must just be so painful for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry to hear about your brother. It's just shocking.
Well, it was like a disease, and I saw it coming, and I just didn't want to see it coming. But what did your sister die
Well,
of?
she died of ovarian cancer, and it was less than a year from the time she was diagnosed when she died. It was only 9 months, and it was just horrible. It's just it's just such a devastating disease, and women often get it, and their doctors don't understand what it is. It's just not well known enough to doctors, and the symptoms are very similar to other symptoms that women get, things like bloating, and a lot of doctors just dismiss it. And since that happened to my sister, I've heard of a couple other women whose doctors didn't know what they had till it was too late, and it was just awful.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Claire.
Well, thank you, Nova. Thank you. Well, so what I think we should do is meet and have coffee and talk about how we're going to go about making your video, and we can talk about the compensation. And I would be interested in having you do some marketing for me.
Yeah.
According to Susie Baker, you've already helped her business a lot, so that's great. So we can talk about that. Now, I am an experimental filmmaker.
Oh, well, I have been looking at some of your work.
Sure.
I went on YouTube, and Susie Baker showed me your DVD, and I know your style, and I think actually it would be perfect, because I think it needs to be sort of a poetic rendition of what I went through and this treatment and this healing. And so that's fine. It just sounds great.
Okay, good. Well, you know what? I'll send you an email. I'm not at home right now. I don't have my calendar on me, so we'll set up a meeting. By the way, I just wanted to ask you, Nova.
Yes?
I can record phone conversations. I have a feature on my phone, and I was thinking that this conversation might be perfect to use as the soundtrack, because the way you told me the story, it was very direct and authentic, and I think if I write out a script for you, it won't have as much life to it as the conversation we're having. So would that be all right with you?
You mean you recorded this conversation now?
Well, yes. Actually, I did. I always record business conversations because I want to be able to get all the information down, especially when I can't take notes. Like now, for example, I'm out and I don't have any way of taking notes, so I recorded our conversation for reference. But I do this
generally with business conversations. And,
Yeah.
of course, I would never do anything with the recording without having the permission of the people I've recorded, and I've actually never used one before, but I was just thinking it was just so interesting and sincere the way you just told me your story that I think to re-record it just wouldn't be as powerful as this conversation we just had.
It's probably fine. I tell you what, why don't you let me hear the recording of the conversation, and I'll let you know if it's going to work out. But it is starting to seem like a good idea. Okay, Nova. All right, great. Well, look, Nova, my bus is coming, so I better go. So I'll send you an email, and I'm really glad you called, and I'm really excited about this project and looking forward to it. And so we'll talk real soon about it, okay?
Okay.
And I just think it's a worthy project.
Well, thank you.
I think it's a great story, and I think making the video and showing it can help other people.
Well, yeah. That's why I wanted to make the video, because I want to help other people. And I was thinking maybe we could put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, sure. That would be great. And, you know, there are other places, maybe on Facebook. I know Susie Baker's Rising Sun Institute of Spiritual Cooking has a Facebook page, and you could put it on your page and your marketing website, and and I'm sure there must be other places and other ways to share the video.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds great. So, great. All right, Claire. Well, thank you again so much, and I look forward to getting together with you very soon.
Okay, Nova. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.